So now we're going to try cast iron. It's actually a little more difficult than I thought finding information on cast iron. I actually couldn't find a rock wall hardness scale rating. There's just too many different kinds, and I didn't really see a number for it. But I know it's really super hard, and I know these blades here specifically say cast iron on them. So that's what it's for, because it's extra hard. So how do we know if a piece of iron is cast? Well, this is a piece of cast iron. Old gears, flywheels, stuff like this right here, you can see the number it was cast into it. Also, when we look around this side, you can see the casting ring right in here, and you can see the cast marks out here. Cast was a super tough iron that wasn't easily machined. So that's why they poured it and cast it into the shape that they wanted, because it was tough to do the job that it needed to do, but it's also difficult to machine and work with. You can also tell by weight. Very heavy. It's way heavier than regular steel. You can tell it right away. The other thing is, get a nice chime to it. You can hear that ring for a while. That means you have cast iron. Cast iron is found in plumbing and engine block heads, gears, fan belt, drive belt, things like this right here. That's where you're going to find it mostly. So whether or not you encounter it that often, I don't know. But I know a plumber should always keep some kind of carbide blade on. So we'll just go ahead and see what happens here. Let's see. We can put a bimetal blade on there and see what it does. See if it does anything with this cast iron. I am going to go ahead and try and lubricate some of these so we can see, give it the best shot it's got. A bimetal blade will cut cast iron. It's just you're gonna spend a ton of money on blades because you're gonna burn them up before you get very far. But a bimetal blade will cut cast iron. Starting to pinch. What do I have? Okay, so we can see that it does cut it, but let me look at our blade. You can see, at least for the most part down here, you're gonna start going through teeth and blades fairly quickly. You're gonna get about one cut like that, and that's about it. And that's how long it takes to cut that as well. Alright, so now we've got our carbide tipped blade on here, and this is, you know, cutting cast iron in the utmost of ideal conditions, to be perfectly honest. You know, normally you're not going to have a lubricant like this, or, you know, whoever's using it probably isn't going to be taking the time to do so. Stay in there. You can see that just burned through that a whole lot faster. Way faster. And you know, this is that same blade we were using before, and there's a broken tooth or two, but it's gonna at least get you through, and it's gonna get you through way faster than just your regular bimetal blades. Okay, so we got our Diablo cast iron cutter and a piece of cast iron. You can tell by the nice ring to it, and here we go. And there we have it, cast iron blade cutting cast iron. The cast iron's hard enough that it doesn't gum up the grit that's in there, because this is the grit one. This is not the carbide toothed blade. The carbide tooth blade cut through this much faster, but this does do it. And this is the Lennox Diamond cast iron cutting blade. I got a piece of cast iron here, and we're going to go ahead and see what it takes to cut through this. So there we can start to see the little fragments of diamond in there, cutting through this quite nicely. Cast iron's not going to gum up and kind of fill the voids in between here in this grit like a regular steel would, so or a lighter steel aluminum or something like that. So that's why these do cut cast iron, and they cut it fairly well. This would be a whole lot faster, and this blade is going to cut way longer than a bimetal blade like that. Or this is the one, which one was it? We had another one we used to cut cast iron, this same piece of cast iron with, and the teeth were pretty flattened out by the time we got through it. So this would definitely be the way to go if you have to make several cuts. If you do have a regular bimetal blade, on some cast iron you can get through it very slowly, and you know, burning up blades quite often. So thanks for watching.